Lech, go, ve'asafta et zignei Israel, and gather the elders of Israel, va'amarta aleim, and you should say to them, Hashem Elokei avotechem nira elai, Hashem, the God of your fathers, appeared to me, Elokei Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov, the God of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, lemor, saying, Pakod pakadati etzchem. So remember we had that language that Yosef said, that he surely remembered you, ve'eta asui lachem b'Mitzrayim, and that what was done to you in Egypt, va'omar, and I said, A'aletchem me'oni Mitzrayim, I'm going to take you out of the oppression of Egypt, El Eretz Canaan Chiti Amuri Prizi Vachivi Ve'evusi, to the land of the nations of Canaan. El Eretz Avat Chalav Udvash, and to a land flowing with milk and honey. Vashamula Kolecha, and they're going to listen to your voice. Ubata Atav Ziknei Israel Melech Mitzrayim, and then you and these elders of Israel will approach the king of Egypt. Va'amarta melav, and you'll say to him, Hashem Elokei Avriyim Nikra Aleinu, God of the Hebrews has come to us. And now so now we want to go for a 3-day journey in the desert, and we're going to bring sacrifices to our God. And I know, so God says, I know that the king of Egypt is not going to allow you to go, and with a strong hand. So I'm going to send forth my hand, and I'm going to smite Egypt with all of my wonders, that I'm going to do in their midst, and then he's going to send you. And I'm going to give the grace of this nation in the eyes of Egypt. And it will be when you go, you're not going to go empty-handed. And each woman is going to ask from her neighbor or the people who live by her house, vessels of silver and of gold, usmalot, and clothing, and you can put them on your sons and daughters, and you are going to empty out Mitzrayim of their possessions. And Moshe answers, and he said, but they're not going to believe me, they're not going to listen to my voice, because they're going to say, God didn't appear to you. And God says to him, what's this in your hand? And he said, mateh, it's a stick. And God says to him, hashlicheo arta, throw it to the ground. Vayashlicheo arta, so he threw it to the ground. Vayihila nachash, and it became a snake. Vayanas Moshe mipanav, and Moshe ran away from the snake. Vayomer Hashem al Moshe, and God says to Moshe, shlach yadcha, send forth your hand, ve'achos biznavo, and hold on to grab the tail of the snake. Vayishlach yado, and so he sent forth his hand, ve'achazekvo, and he grabs it, vayihi lamateh b'kapo, and then it becomes a stick in his palm. Lama'an ya'aminu, in order that they'll believe, kinir aylach Hashem Elokei avotam, that the God of their fathers has appeared to you, Elokei Avram, Elokei Yitzchak, Elokei Yaakov, the God of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Vayomer Hashem lo od, and God says to Moshe again, Havena yadcha b'cheikecha, put your hand inside your chest. Ve'ave yado b'cheiko, and he puts his hand by his chest. Vayotzia, and then he took it out. V'hinei yado mitzorat kasheleg, and his hand was covered like with snow white leprosy. Vayomer, and he said, Hashev yadcha el chikecha, put your hand back in your chest. Vayashev yado el chiko, and he put his hand back. Vayotzi'a mitchiko, and he takes it out from his chest again. V'hinei shava kibsaro, and behold, his flesh was back to normal. V'haya, and it will be, im lo ya'aminu lach, if they don't believe you, v'lo yishmu l'kol ha'otz harishon, and they don't listen to the voice of the first sign, ve'aminu l'kol ha'otz Aharon, they're going to listen to the voice of the second sign. So the first sign is that your stick is going to turn into a snake and then back into a stick again, and then your second sign is your hand is going to become tzaraat and then go back to being a hand. V'haya im lo ya'aminu gam l'shnei ha'otzot ha'ela, and if they don't listen to these two signs, v'lo yishmu l'kol ha'cha, and they don't listen to your voice, there's going to be a third sign. Take from the water of the river, v'shafachta hayabasha, and pour it onto the dry land. And it will be the water that you take from the river. When you spill it onto the dry land, it's going to become blood. Vayomer Moshe al Hashem, and Moshe said to God, Be Hashem, please God, lo ish devarim anochi, I'm not a man of words. Gam mitmol, gam shalshom, not yesterday, not 3 days ago, in the past. Gam me'as dabercha al avdecha, from whenever you spoke to your servant, meaning himself. I'm not a talker. Ki kvad peh ukvad lashon anochi. In fact, I have a heavy mouth and a heavy tongue. I'm not a speaker. Vayomer Hashem elav, and God says to him, Mi sam pela adam, who do you think gave a mouth to humans? O mi yasum ilem, or who made someone mute? O chiresh, or deaf, o pikeach, or intelligent, or able to see, o iver, or blind. Hello anochi Hashem, isn't I God? I give everybody the gifts and the limitations. It all came from me. Ve'ata, and now lech, go. Ve'anochi ekya impicha, I'm going to be with your mouth. Ve'horiticha asher tidaber, I'm going to show you what you should. I'm going to instruct you what to say. Vayomer, and he said, Be Hashem, please God, shlach na biyad tishlach, send in the hands of the person that you're going to send with. Vayicharaf Hashem b'Moshe, now God's getting mad. Vayomer, and he said, Hello Aharon achicha halevi, isn't your brother Aharon the Levite? Yadati ki daberi daber, who I know that he'll speak. V'gam hine hu yotzei likratecha, he's going to go out to greet you. V'ra'acha v'samach b'libo, and when he sees you, he's going to be happy in his heart. And you're going to speak to him. And so you put the words into his mouth. And I will be with your mouth, and with his mouth. And I'll show you what you should do. And he will speak on your behalf to the nation. And he will be as like a mouthpiece for you. And you will be like a source, a master, a spokesperson. And take that staff in your hand, that you're going to use to make the signs, the 3 signs that we talked about.